Szeretettel köszöntelek benneteket innen a Velencei tó közepéről, ahol éppen az Goose hajómmal hajókázom egy kellemes péntek délutáni, enyhe szeles időben. Már régóta akartam erről a hajóról forgatni egy videoblogot, nagyon sokan érdeklődtek utána, illetve iránta, illetve hát én is most már az 5. szezon óta használom ezt a hajót. Nagyon-nagyon szeretem, nagyon meg vagyok vele elégedve.
The Goose is my favorite boat. I simply love it sailing. I usually sail with my friends, sometimes 2 or 3 in the boat, sometimes very strong winds actually. And sometimes I sail with my family. We fit even like 7 of us in the boat in light breeze as well. I very rarely capsize with the boat, but when it happened once, I realized how easy is it to ride it back without any water left in the cockpit. So it's very safe boat. I use it if I can in very strong winds. I sometimes sail in 30-35 knots where the boat almost flies. But I also love sailing it in lighter winds together with friends, you know, watching the sunset and enjoying the sunshine. It's a great boat for leisure. But when I'm lucky enough to have stronger winds, I really enjoy the flash of adrenaline which comes with picking up a good speed with this boat. Sometimes I feel like I'm sitting in a motorboat. It's a lot of fun. I just love it. I started boat building about 10 years ago. Back then it was not so easy to get the materials because there was no such demand in Hungary. But now it's almost easy to get, you know, like epoxy resin or plywood in the shops because the market kind of accustomed to the needs of the emerging amateur boat building community. By the way, the building process was very easy to me. I used very basic materials, and I'm not a professional, so I'm very amateur with woodworking, but to me it was no problem. It was like 1.5 months to build these boats, basic materials, basic tools, just put together, you know, the panels and apply epoxy on them, make some gluing, some assembly, and then painting. It was not difficult at all. I slightly developed the original model, which was which could be found in the plans written by Michael Storer. So I did a tiny bit of developments to have a better performance and higher speed. By the way, Michael, who is in a way my partner, my business partner, because I'm selling his plans in Hungary to amateur boat builders. So he is in a way my role model, because this community boat building method that he tested and implemented in the Philippines is just a great example to me. I dream about doing the same one day in Hungary. In the Philippines, Michael gets some local people with low-income families, you know, to come together, and they build together 10 boats from the price of one imported laser boat. So very, very small price, they could actually build a whole fleet of Osgis, and they started to learn to sail, practice, and also to compete. You can see on the videos how excellent these boats look like and how much they enjoy sailing. And this is a great opportunity for Hungary as well, because sailing is not really for the average people, it's mainly for the rich. And when I say to the people that you can build a boat for the price of an iPhone, they are always very surprised, they don't even believe. But when they realize that it's actually true, many of them think about building it seriously. Besides 2 Osgis, which we have in Hungary, there are several Goat Island skiffs, several Aussie racers, and 3 violas as well. So we already have quite a good storer fleet, sailing fleet in the country. We don't have seas, but we have great lakes, which are very good, very capable for sailing. They have sometimes very light winds, but sometimes, time to time, they have very strong winds as well. And these lakes are not very big, so they're relatively safe, and we quite often sail together. We also started to participate in competitions, and we are somewhere in the middle range comparing to the other more traditional Hungarian sailing dinghies. But we are coming up, and more people recognize us, and more people decide to try boat building. And one great example of this build can be the Aussie Goose. This boat, which is quite easy to transport on a rooftop of a car, and which is fun to sail together. Easy to build, easy to maneuver, easy to use, easy to transport, and a great reward, a lot of fun, and a lot of feeling of success after building it and after sailing it as well. You should try it as well. Thank you.